We're back again with another episode, and I am graced with my friend called Gracie.
Clever.
That was not planned at all.
Was it not?
No, that was just.
I thought you were slipping up. I thought you were going to say I am Grace.
No, that was just. It just came to me.
Natural.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Wow.
This is my friend Gracie, guys. We finally got an actor on this season. Oh, do you know what? What I've started to do, or give and take whoever comes on, I've started to do the summary, because first season I always used to ask them, tell them about yourself, and it was always met with like
panic. I am who?
What do I do again? And I was like, do you know what? I will take the pressure off. So this is Gracie. She is a wonderful actor whom I met at the National Youth Theatre.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
2
years.
Mad.
Absolutely crazy. So you guys that are on the channel, you'll see some of the things that I put about National Youth Theatre. Check those out if you haven't done so already. But we're not here for that. We're here for that. Because not me, not at all. So yeah, no, we're just here to have a little chit chat about your life, about your choices that led you to this seat right here, and to the opportunities that you will eventually go into in the future.
Yes.
So let's. Where did your journey start?
With acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just me being brought into the world.
You can, because like that is interesting.
My journey with acting started when I was baby. Like I was young.
Really?
Yeah, I was 6 when I started. I joined like a theatre company called Chicken Shed Theatre Company, which is over in North London, and I was tiny. There's little pictures of me like when I'm on stage for my first production. I'm so small. But yeah, so I started that when I was 6 and then stayed there up until I was 18. I actually work over at the one in Chelsea at the moment.
Nice.
So yeah, that's been like fundamental to like my training and just like also me as a person. It's an inclusive theatre company.
Mm-hmm.
So it like welcomes everyone. It has all different people. Like it's just an amazing place to grow up, I think, and like you can study there, you can do a BTEC, you can get a degree there.
Really?
Yeah, it's because it's linked to Middlesex University.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't ever go down that avenue because I felt like I was there for 6 to 18. I was like, I feel like I've had my education here. So yeah, I sort of started there, and then that brings like different opportunities with that company, but they're not really a place that's like going to get you an agent and do all of that stuff.
Okay, so what was they like? Was it just like you come and you just put on theatre productions? Yeah,
literally come and like, even the theatre productions, it's not like we're going to do, well they would, so they do like a Christmas panto every year, which was a massive like professional production. It has professional actors, and then everyone, like the children's theatre and the youth theatre and the students are like part of the cast.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and then when I was 10, I got cast as like a lead role in they did a Spike Milligan play. So I was cast doing that, but still was just like a children. So it's kind of all just like the experiences that you get, devising.
Would you have to like audition for those type of things?
No, they just sort of like pick you on getting to know you, because like I said, it's inclusive. They didn't want to like make it like not accessible to people.
Yeah.
So that really helped. I was such an anxious child.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe
I
it.
was.
You're lying.
I couldn't go anywhere without my mum. Like, she sat in school with me from reception, year 1. I couldn't. Like, I was so anxious, would hide behind her. I know. But because I had Chicken Shed and I was like allowed to express myself and like it really took me out of my shell. I always knew I wanted to do acting. Like, it wasn't that I didn't want to be an actor, and at home I'd put on shows all the time, but around people I just froze. Like, I was.
So that's like that portion of your life was necessary, because when would you have worked out of that
don't think I would have. I don't know. Like, I really don't know that. I think it was so, like, fundamental to, like, me as a person that I'm, like, couldn't imagine not having had that.
Yeah. Is that why you stayed and worked there? Or?
Yeah, like, it was just sort of like I left school and was originally going on, like, a gap year because I thought I'd go to drama school, which is another, like, step that I'll go into. But, and they just said, well, if you're around, then it would be great for you to, like, facilitate. And I've always loved, like, working with kids and putting on shows and stuff. So, yeah, I've just been, like, directing there and writing. So it's such a nice place to, like, try things out as well. I'm not going to fail there. Do you know what I mean? It's not, because I'm so used to it and comfortable there, it's not, like, a scary place. So, yeah, that is definitely, like, the main reason probably why then I was, like, 100% I'm going to be in the industry. But, like, I knew I've never wanted to do anything else either.
You're like a polar opposite.
Really?
I wanted to do everything.
Did you?
Yeah, like there was a period of my life that I wanted to be a dentist.
Love that.
I watched Britain's Worst Teeth and I said, hell no. Y'all don't brush your teeth.
You're not sorting that shit out.
Why is your teeth brown? Who's going to touch
Brush
that?
them.
Your breath is stinky. Do you want to have a gum before you come to see me? I'm confused.
Yeah.
And I think I went for, so that was the one that I remember so vividly because there's no way on earth. And then I say this now, and you guys don't know why I laugh about this, but I really want to be on EastEnders.
Did you?
Yeah. I really wanted to.
That the main thing where you were like, I want to be an actor.
Yeah, that anytime I was like thought about acting when I was younger, it was like, oh my days, like I really want to be in EastEnders. This is so bad.
Would you watch it every night?
Yeah, like I was religious. Like the only time that I like dipped off was like, I think 2 years after Bradley's death. Like I hung on.
That was peak times though.
It was so good.
EastEnders was thriving. Like Stacey, Bradley, Max, that Christmas
was a pinnacle, and I'm going to make sure I don't stay on this topic for too long because I've done this with like in the first season, the first actor that came on, somehow EastEnders got brought up. I was just like, no, it was sick. So I won't.
It's a mad one. Shall I tell your peeps? I literally came into like the world because of EastEnders. It's so weird.
No, dead ass. She's not lying.
EastEnders born child. So my mum was cast in the show years ago, and she was cast playing another actress's mum. So Bianca and Carol. So Carol was cast playing Bianca's mum, and then they did their thing. They had their show, and then my mum met my dad, who is Bianca's real life brother. And then they had me. So I am literally like a product of EastEnders. It's so mad, actually. Like, without the show, I wouldn't be here.
Like, EastEnders is giving life. Physically. As in, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's mad.
So, like, you've come from an acting family then.
Yeah.
So it's, because with other actors that's been on the show, it's very much like, telling their parents that, oh yeah, I'm no longer studying.
Yeah.
I'm going to act full time. That was like oh crap. But you must not like.
No, I was very lucky. Yeah, I was very lucky. I never had, I think because I was growing up with my mum working in the industry, two things. I first of all I think probably I was a bit skewed a little bit in terms of like what the industry was. Probably didn't see it as hard as it actually is, because my mum went back in the show, and being on a soap, it's like an actor's dream in the sense that you're
steady.
Working. Yeah, you're steady. Boreham Wood, where they film, is only down the road from me, so it was very like a very normal life, and my mum was an actor and she was doing what she loved, and I wasn't seeing like that grind.
Do you know why I'm like I'm not dumb, but it's never occurred to me that it's a set.
That was
and it's not
just a place in East London.
Yeah, like I genuinely thought that it just blocked out a real place in East London.
They're fake. Everything's fake. The Vic, it's all fake. It's filmed in a studio, so that you just go into the door.
I don't.
Yeah. I know.
You just killed
Sorry.
beauty.
Sorry.
It's not magical anymore.
Sorry.
Wait, so you, like, if they go through the door, inside the door it's just like an empty building?
Yeah. So they'll like film the shots like externally of going in and stuff.
Like, of course that's how it, and I know it's how it works.
Yeah.
But I forget because I'm like, oh, this is EastEnders. I've watched this all of my life.
Real.
This is the one that's real. The rest of them I know is fake.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you've probably been on set and it's like,
yeah,
you've walked through the doors and you're just like,
but that's the thing.
was that
as well.
anticlimactic?
When I was so young, I didn't watch it. I never really watched it when I was younger. I don't know why. There was never really a reason. I kind of did watch it and I was like, oh, that's mum. But like, this is what I mean by like the way that I thought about the acting industry probably isn't realistic. It was very like, you can be an actor and then you just go and work and then you're on TV and then that's kind of it. Like when I was younger, which I obviously love the idea of, like that's great to not have any like worries. But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know what I was going off on before, but
just being on set and just like,
yeah. But even being on set, like you learn on the job even when you're an actor. So for me, being really young and like taking it all in was really like a bit of a learning experience as well. And I wasn't there for that reason, but I was taking it all in. Like I used to really want to be a runner because they would be the people that obviously were like doing everything. They were like so busy on the set, and there was like some really cool girls that were runners on EastEnders. I used to just look at them like, wow, you're so cool. So like even just different aspects of the filming of it, I guess, was interesting to me. And yeah, like quite a lot of my family were in the industry, so that's what I was saying. It wasn't ever like, I was never questioned like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do it and maybe you should go and do something else. But my mum also was very like, didn't want me to be like a child star actor, like wanted me to get my education, even if that was just GCSEs and A-levels, and then like didn't go to university.
Do you know why that was? Do you like understand it now?
I understand it now, but I literally couldn't. I was like, you're robbing me of like what I want to do. And
my golden years,
like, please. And I was only like 10, but I completely get it. I think her reasoning for it was she'd grown up seeing children actors and loads of different reasons. Maybe seeing sometimes the way that they're treated, or I think she was probably just protecting me, and also knew that I had a whole lifetime ahead of me of wanting to do it and being able to do it the best that I can. So what's the rush when you're 11? You don't need to like you really don't need to be on Tracy Beaker, but that's really what I thought I had to be on. I mean, listen, it would have been sick, but
Tracy Beaker it would have popped off.
What? But also I'm really happy and lucky that actually she did advise me to like do my GCSEs and my A-levels, because I have that behind me now, and now going into the industry myself, I know how hard it is, and having backups is so important. It's not even backups, like that's just like, it's just important in everything really. So, and she was really like, as a mum who was, I guess, was sort of like in the limelight, and even my family, they've always been quite like protective of us and didn't want us to get in any kind of, I don't know, press and tabloid can be a bit mad. So
oh my gosh, like that. Oh my god, do you know sometimes like I forget of that aspect of it. Like I'm so wrapped up in the work, the art, like this and that, like production.
But that's nice.
Yeah, that's
enjoying it.
Yeah, like that's the sick part. But then I always forget like there's actually the nastier side of just like being in the public eye, being in the limelight. Even people having expectations. Like imagine if someone, and people are mad. Okay, people are mad, insane. I love people. Hello, this is what I do. But you guys be crazy. And it's like they can see a character, and that's what that is. It's a character. But they see that as real life.
But even you saying like Wolford, like you thought, because being like something like a soap, if you're, and we're living in London, like you do think, you're watching them every night, you do think that it's real. And like if you think about like the 90s or like early 2000s, like when EastEnders was like massive, there was no like Love Island or reality shows. So they were like reality, as close you're going to get to reality. They were on your TV every night. You could relate to them. Didn't feel like you're watching like a massive Hollywood film and it's like really distant.
They just felt that they could just be the next town down, or they could be on the next road.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I think even in the little stuff, like, when they're leaving Watford or wherever they are going, I was tapping the oyster.
Yeah,
they've got oyster.
They've got oysters.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But people would like, because my mum would get on the tube and my auntie and stuff. It's harder with my auntie. She's got red hair, so she can't really hide. And probably now, I guess with masks and stuff, if you don't want to be recognised, you're probably in luck. Yeah. But people would genuinely like say to my mum, like, Carol, like, it's not, and she'd be like, I'm Lindsay, like, I play Carol, and they'd be like, yeah, but so when your son died in that thing, or like Hal was going through breast cancer, and she's like, well, that was what my character was going through. So it's mad. People can't differentiate, but I understand it, because if you're watching them every day on your TV,
it's so because it's not intense, but it's like literally every day. I think back when I was watching it, there might have been like a day break, so either like maybe on Wednesday they didn't have an episode, and then Saturdays they don't, but then they're omnibus. So if you watch the omnibus, flipping it, like that's actually so intense. Like, I don't know anyone that could actually watch
the
that.
omnibus.
That's actually. Do you know how many duff moments that you have?
Do they do the duff moment? No, they just carry it, keep it. It's like a film.
That is long. It's like 5 hours worth.
Yeah, literally.
And because it's like on BBC, it's literally like, wait, is he saying it's half an hour or an hour?
I think it's half an hour.
Okay, that's like,
because I think Corey never watched it, but I think it's half an hour and then a break and then half an hour. I think it's 2 episodes a night.
That's a lot. Yeah, maybe that's why they don't have an omnibus.
I think they probably do. I think everyone has an omnibus.
That's great. But I think they can scrap that, because we have iPlayer now.
Well, exactly. Times are so different. Like, even I bet the viewing figures of things like soaps are so much less than they were, because you have got like Netflix. The range is so. Sorry, my watch is telling me to breathe.
Oh, you've got.
Have a moment of meditation. Wow.
Not you listening to your watch. Just like, crap, am I living? Like, what?
Sorry, just not breathing. Yeah. Throw me off now. But I don't know. I think times have definitely just changed in terms of like, you don't have like 5 channels now. Like when my mum was starting out acting, there was literally such limited opportunities. Yeah. Now we've got YouTube and
we've got YouTube, we've got Netflix, Prime. It's like every station wants something. So even like Channel 4 is like 4 on demand.
You've got everyone's like competing. Like, it's tough out there.
It's tough for us as actors, but it's probably tough for them as like. I'm not giving them that much credit. I can't lie. They make too much money.
Yeah, they make too much money. But it is hard industry to have to constantly keep like keeping up.
Yeah, keeping up with the times, keeping up with like what's current.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. I really enjoy. So weird. I really enjoy the adverts on ITV too. So it's like reality versus drama.
Yeah. I like that.
I'm just like, right, you're actually. It's like a physical representation of them actually fighting for my time and fighting for my attention. I'm like, fight for me.
Yeah, come on.
I'm worth it.
Who am I going to go for? Are you watching Love Island?
Oh, I'm watching
you are.
that. I'm watching.
See, I wasn't.
Are you on it
And
now?
I started at Casa Amor and I was like, oh, wow.
You started at a great time.
Yeah,
I know. I'm really trying to limit like just general chit chat about this, but all I have to say is Faye is moving nuts. That's all I have to say.
I saw a tweet and it was like, I've turned off ITV Hub and I can still hear Faye shouting. True.
Facts. I've never seen someone scream from 9:03 to like 10. And then also they edited parts out, which I know she'll still screaming in between.
Anyway,
scary scenes. Yeah, I'm so sorry. If you haven't watched Love Island, just watch it. It starts off really crap and it gets really good. And then it gets crap in the middle. But back onto you. Crap. So that's where we are now. Right now we are at 10 years old. You
10 years old me. Yeah.
Or let's say between the age of 10 and you left 18,
So
right?
yeah, 18. So I did my A-levels, standard, like...
What did you study?
History, which I loved, and actually probably could have gone and studied that at university. If I thought about it a little bit more, I probably would have wanted to.
Oh, okay. What made you not think about it?
Because I was so... I think, first of all, I was a bit done. I was like, I don't want to do any more education right now. Like, I was so on the idea of a gap year. And then I was also really set on then auditioning for drama schools, and then that being my route. I think I was quite narrow-minded.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about other opportunities. I was kind of just like, no, I want to be an actor. This is how I'm going to do it. But in hindsight, probably could have thought about it a little bit more, because I think I would have loved university. Like, I would have loved you. And I just, from hearing just different experiences.
Okay. Actually, when I was speaking to your mates at your birthday, they actually seemed like they're enjoying it, having fun.
Did you not?
I enjoyed university, hated education.
Yeah, that's probably the kind of situation I probably maybe would have gone into. But because I was so done with it at A-level, I was like, no, I don't even want the experience. I don't even want to think about it. I just want me time.
No, fair. That was me post-education. It's like, oh, look, that pharmacy. No, I need
give
to.
It a break. Yeah.
And I feel like even taking those times, when you know you need it, take it, because we're young and we can afford to take it, rather than like 10 years down the line, and when we stop, the whole world like shakes.
Yeah, so I didn't. So I did history, drama and media, which were fun. Like, I really enjoyed it, and like I had really lovely friends, and it was just very like just nice and simple.
Yeah.
And then I auditioned. So I left school when I was 17. I'm a baby. I'm a July baby. And then auditioned that September, October, November. Started for drama schools. It was like I was not ready for Did you ever do drama school auditions?
I did not, no.
Yeah, it's intense. It's a lot.
What is that like? What is that audition process like?
So I applied. I actually didn't apply to that many schools. I only did London schools, and you've obviously got like really sick ones in like you've got Bristol Old Vic and Royal Welsh, Glasgow. But I just did London ones. And my first one that I did was RADA, which I was like, great, because I applied for all of them like in one go, and then RADA came back being like, you've got a week and then it's your audition. I know. I was like, oh my god, I'm not ready. I'd never really done Shakespeare properly, and I had to like do my Shakespeare speech, and there was so much that I was just like,
what speech did you choose? And how did you choose it? Which did it speak to you?
I went to Foyles, which is a bookshop in town. I just went to like the Shakespeare bit, and I found like the books that are like Shakespeare in plain and simple English, and then I just like had a look through. I think I googled like characters that were about my age, and then had a look through, and I did a really random one for RADA. I did like something, I think it was Queen Anne or something. I don't even know what play it was on. I was not playing my age. I was playing like this really old woman, and it was a lot. And then I found The Jailer's Daughter, which is from Two Noble Kingsmen, and that was sick. Like, I still would use that speech today. Like, that was a really fun one. But yeah, it was a lot. I wasn't ready for like, I think a couple things with drama school auditions. Like, I was quite naive going into them at the scale of how many people apply.
Okay.
I think Guildhall has something like 4,000 applicants a year, and they take 12 girls, 12 boys.
That is mad.
It's crazy. And they do like you to be a bit older. I thought it was a bit of a myth. I thought like, oh, it's fine. Like, oh, I'm 18, like that's old, but but actually, like I get it. I actually understand now as I'm getting older why you would maybe want to be somewhere a little bit older. The things you would take away from it will be more valuable to you. But anyway, I went for the RADA audition, and I just came out and I was like, that was just, I can't even remember what I did in the audition. It was just mad. And I think I got declined the next day from RADA. I was like, we're off to such a good start. This is great. And then it actually was a really nice, I think it was a good boost, because then I had Lambda that Saturday, and I got to final round Lambda in the end. That was sick. One that it took me through the whole year. So actually, I think I needed like a bit of like a, I know what the experience is now. It was just a shame it was RADA that started it off, but and then the one drama school that I loved and actually wouldn't rule off ever applying to again is Guildhall.
Really?
Yeah, people might not find this interesting at all.
Do you know what? Bum them, because I do. And I feel like, if you think about, I think people would actually love to hear this, just because when you come from a point of privilege in the sense that you've been around actors, you've gone through this process, but like people from my perspective, all I knew, I didn't know anything up until my second year of university about anything to do with acting, and then I just found NYT.
Right, really? So did you just apply and then that was it and you got into MIT?
Yeah.
Actually clever.
Thanks.
Talented.
Oh, stop it now. But no, yeah, it was literally like I didn't know anything. So to find someone talking about like, oh, drama school's different from learning drama at uni.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that. You've listed off like quite a few drama schools. I didn't even know how to find, like, when I was going like, drama schools, I was seeing drama classes thinking that they were drama schools.
Right, okay.
It's like all of those information, like, from someone that doesn't know anything, is like, what is going on?
Yeah, overwhelming.
So this is like gold to them. So
okay, I'll carry on.
Carry on.
Well, yeah, because Guildhall is a sick school. Well, the thing is, it's also like subjective and personal. I guess it's like when you're finding a university.
Yeah.
I don't know, did you look around at different universities?
I did, and I think I was hell bent on going to, I think either Manchester. I think I wanted to go Manchester. Like I was hellbent. Went to the open days. I loved how far it was from London, but it still had the London feel. And I was like, this is the place for me. I have friends going there as well, and I was like, yes, so we're gonna be. I was happed. And then I went to Nottingham, and I had such a bad experience of like my journey there. Something happened. I was flustered. But then I went in and I walked around and I was like, damn, this is better. This is a bit of me.
You have to vibe with the place. Like, I actually didn't vibe with Lambda really. And I kept getting then recalled to the next stage and I was like, why?
Why do you like
obviously
me?
I'm going to go, but like, and I wouldn't have not taken it, which I think is an interesting point in itself. Like being 18, I was so like wide-eyed and like, I'll do everything and anything. Like,
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't apply there again, and because I just didn't really vibe with it. But Guildhall, as soon as I went in, I'd actually been to an open day there the year before, so when I was still at school, and loved it. It was the only one that I think did open days. Like drama schools, there's so much wrong with them as well. Like, there is so much wrong with them because it's so like elitist.
Yeah.
And I think it is changing.
They're trying,
and last year I've heard so many horrible stories about different drama schools and like institutions, and I was like, whoa, that is enough to make me not want to go there. But yeah, Guildhall's experience was always really like, this feels like an exciting place to want to train. And then I went to my Guildhall, got to the second round, so I was recalled, and I was like gutted when I didn't get through there because I was like, this is where I'd want to be.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, the year kind of panned out, and I started to see, okay, maybe I'm actually not going to be going to a drama school next year. So what other opportunities can I do for myself? Because I felt like there was moments where I was just sat waiting for a drama school to accept me. So then that's when I applied to the National Youth Theatre. Very luckily, one of our family friend managed to put me in contact, and I had a phone call with Paul Roseby, who's like the head of National Youth Theatre. I know, it was weird. I was on the phone like literally, and he's such a nice guy, and I was just there like, I don't know if I knew the scale of like NYT really at that point. I was like, this would just be really fun to be part of, and so I had this phone call and kind of was just chatting to him about like the speeches I was going to do and all stuff like that before my audition. So that really settled me. And then went to my audition. And I was like, wow, this is so much fun. Like, it's not like a drama school audition. Like you were
Yeah.
having fun, like you did half the day where you were playing around and devising and like making stuff, and then you did your speech, but it wasn't intimidating. There wasn't, like when I went to my Lambda, there was 2 men sat at the desk, and I walked in, obviously you're shitting yourself, like
Yeah.
you're so nervous. And then I like went in and they were like looking down, and I was like, hi. And then they were like, so just stand there, like don't come past the line. And I was like, okay. And I stood back, and then they were like, yeah, just like do your speeches. And I was like, okay. So I like started, I was like, who can I look at for eye contact? They were like, either of. And I was like, oh my God. And I was in and out. You pay like £80 for your drama school first round, and I was in and out in like 2 minutes, did my speeches, and that was it. So
Oh wait, so it's literally come in, speech, go.
it was. Lambda's changed now. They're under new management as well. I think it's a complete different kind of school, but yeah, you used to pay, Lambda I think was 60 quid for 2 speeches, you're in and you're out. No workshop or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't like that old system, because
No.
like, how would you get a feel of...
Exactly, can't.
That's
So NYT's audition was really lovely.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that? When you...
absolutely loved my
It was
audition.
fun.
Like I thought it was games. So the first half, of course they're
It was,
assessing,
yeah.
and like I knew because I've watched all of the YouTube, but it's like I got there, and because I really like games, I forgot about all my days they're assessing me on my
Exactly, yeah.
vibe and all of that stuff. So I'm just like zip, zip, zap,
yeah. You're relaxed.
having a time of my life. And then it was like, okay, cool, devise your thing, do what you need to do. And cause like with the acting training, I don't really have any, but like with the acting that I did at home, it was a lot of that, a lot of our workshops, self-writing. But it's like, oh yeah, we're devising, so thinking on your feet, you have 5 minutes, let's go. So it was something that I was very comfortable doing. And then went for lunch, came back to do the audition. I think I had quite a bit of a wait. And in that, I just found it I was very nosy. I was literally just watching everyone. I'm just like, you had some people that just eating their lunch, having a sandwich.
Yeah.
Had other people that are in there.
You could literally write like a play about audition rooms.
Mate, on my days, that would be so interesting. But it's like, I was in, no, deep how weird this experience was. Like, I was literally talking to someone, blah, 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 into her monologues. And conversation.
What, she just switched into it?
Yeah, she was literally like, I don't even think we were talking about, or maybe we were just talking about monologues in general.
And then you just were like...
And then she was just like, and she was like, and her monologue was about her killing her cat, or like a dead cat or something like that. And she's like, do you want me to leave?
But then you just went into yours.
I don't even think
I'll one up you, girl.
No, part of me was just like, I don't even think I know my monologue this well. Like,
That's strange.
but it was the it wasn't like, oh, hold on, can I quick, give me a moment. Do you know what? I'm really nervous. Let me practice my monologue. It was literally like mid conversation. And I killed my cat.
Excuse me.
And it's like, I have to stay and listen to this now.
So you just sat there.
So I just literally sat and I was like, oh yes, yeah, so good, yeah, so good. Get me inside. And then like the the helpers. What were we called? The ex-NYT
Yeah.
graduates,
Alumni.
yeah. Them. I just thought the people that I had were really cool.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, you guys are a vibe. One of them, he like from South, and like apparently not apparently, I truly believe that he's just very good at what he does. And
Did you do it in knots, or did you?
yeah, I done mine in knots.
Yeah.
And like the way he was just talking about it, was just like, yeah, like I just had a lot of fun in it, and I was sick, and like yeah, I got in. I was like, why not? Let me just try it. Let me just try and have fun.
Yeah.
And then I got in, and unlike your one, had a little bit of a chit chat, and the chit chat at the start put me at ease, because I was just like, we were just having a nice conversation. I was like, And I think, I don't know how to not be me. And unfortunately, when I'm me, sometimes I go into an accent. So she asked me something and I was like, oh, bye. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot. I'm in there. Oh, bye, I'm sorry.
But that's so good. Like, you're only going to excel in things if you're feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
If you're scared or there's like a level of like hierarchy with them and you're just not going to perform as well as you can.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to do it in fear.
And you're just going to be in your head. And
So
that eye
annoying.
contact is key.
Yeah.
If you are I said interview, if you're in like a interview or a casting, and they do give you the option, I personally, I would take it, because even though he doesn't have lines, he's just receiving. But it was just like...
You're connecting.
Exactly. And it's like, rah. I could tell that he was actually listening to the words, and he was just like... He was starting to feel some type of way.
What speech did you do?
I done Rose Fences, her talking to, I think, Leroy, like 18 years. I've been standing with you for 18 years.
Okay.
That one, I can't lie. That one, I left... This is my first ever audition, but I left that one thinking, like, do you know what? Even if I don't make it, I actually did a good job. Like,
wow, yeah.
even part... And do you know, sometimes it's like, oh my days, I know this is an emotional speech, so am I going to cry? Part of me, I was just like, whatever happens. I'm just going to do what I need to do in that moment, feel what I need to feel. If I don't feel it, I'm not going to...
No, yeah, honestly, that's a tip though for people if you are like acting or you're doing drama school auditions or anything, like even if in the stage directions it says like cry, never, like don't even think about trying to cry, because that's when you will cry. If you're not thinking about crying or you're not doing it, then naturally you're going to do something. But if you're genuinely then like, at this point I start crying,
no,
it's so not natural.
Yeah.
Like you can't think about stage directions, and I've learnt that recently, like doing some classes at the moment, and I have that is one of the main things I've learnt, that stage directions are there for the director and they are there for a bit of a guideline. You don't have to stick to them. They're not like a rule book. Like, especially if you're doing a play, you've got to find your own journey with your character, and sometimes it might not be right to even like sit hysterically laughing at that point. Like, you've got to find have a bit of
find the authenticity in like whatever piece you're doing.
Exactly.
And I feel like that one was just like, oh crap. And I remember just, because it's weird when sometimes when you've got that eye contact, everything else sort of fades away, and now you've created your little bubble that I was in. So I was in that bubble with him. He was just standing and receiving all of like, I wouldn't even call it abuse, because that monologue is literally just her bearing her soul and him receiving what she has to say.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, she's broken it.
Have I?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh no, there we go.
Oh wait, sorry. Oh guys, I know this doesn't sound nice to you. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Let me sort this out.
Oh no!
No, yeah, you broke it. It's fine. I'm joking. You just need to tighten them. Yeah.
All right, can you hear me fine? I was just a bit worried that.
No, I can hear you perfectly, but that will sound horrible in editing, and I'm sorry. So sorry.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Put those on.
Oh, now you just got my arse. Sorry about that too.
Don't apologise.
What were we talking about?
Sorry. Literally so
Banter.
reliability. Yeah, I think we were giving some tips.
Oh yeah, no, authenticity in that moment. That everything else became like a bubble. So when you come out of it,
That's away from you now. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I forgot about everything. But yeah, no. Once you've come out of that bubble, it's like, because you're in the bubble, watching it is so much nicer, because it's like the person watching just wants to be invited to your world, and that's all you have to do. Create your moment, and then I always learned the mentality is like, if you get a no, that's just because you're not what they're looking for, and that's okay. Like, it has nothing to do with you and your abilities, or that's what I've decided to tell myself. It's nothing to do.
No, 100%.
It's nothing, but it's just to do with what they've already come with It's not really NYT, but I'm just acting in general.
But drama school.
Exactly, drama schools, like, they come with their preconceived notions of like.
They are casting for a third year show. ultimately. So you're there for 3 years, and your 3rd year is when you come out for the industry to be seen. And genuinely, the way that they're doing it is like they want to make shows for the 3rd year shows, so they want enough diversity within the cast, and like, oh, this person could play that part in this. So I think if you get a recall from a drama school, because there's like 4 rounds of drama schools, if you get a recall, I mean, first of all, even just showing up, like, you're doing your bit, and that's
100.
it. Like that, you like how you walked away feeling really proud at NYT. Like, you just want to go into these auditions being like, I can own it, and I can do this, and this is like going to be the best I can do because you've worked on it. And then it's if other people were like, no, that's not what we're looking for, it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, I always see it as like, that's a you problem. I've paid, or you've given me, depending on the situation, the opportunity to show you my craft. Take from it what you want. Enjoy it, because some people don't get the opportunity that I've given you. See it as that. It's like, you are welcome.
Oh my! And if you go in with that, first of all, you're going to enjoy the experience so much more, and then you're so much less vulnerable. Like, if I think about me going to my first RAD audition, like, I was petrified, and it was like I was going to give them all the power. Like, they're asking me questions, and I wasn't being like me, because I was just trying to please them, and like, I'm doing this and I've done this, and I'm like trying to list things that I've done to please them. It wasn't like, actually, I've just paid £80, so you're lucky to have me here. And actually, I'd be a really good asset to the class. So it works both ways. You need each other. There shouldn't be any kind of power. And if the people on the audition panel are making you feel like that, that's also a bit of an indication of maybe you're not vibing with that institution. Maybe that's not right for you.
Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating, because we are 40 minutes in. Time has flown by, and I really wanted to talk to you about, what was that thing that you done before NYT, and it was very fun, and they flung you around.
Frantic Assembly. Yeah.
Talk about that for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, so Frantic Assembly is also what I done in that year when I was like, need to apply for places, wasn't going to go to drama school, blah, blah, blah. And I went to this it's such a long story, but I went to this Frantic Assembly workshop day. I'd done them, and they're a practitioner, they're physical theatre, and I'd studied them at A-level, and got sent this like day's workshop thing. I was like, great, like, amazing, I'll go down to that. Went, and they did call it a taster thing, like trials they called it. But I was like, I just see workshop and that's it. So I went, and there was no like speech or anything. And then I did think in there, because I brought a friend with me who, she's at UCL, like she's, you met her, Ellie, that girl, yeah. She like isn't doing acting. But we were just like, it'll be fun. And then she did say, like, we came in and she was like, this feels a bit like an audition. And I was like, no, like, it's fine. Anyway, left. Turns out it was an audition, but even when I was there, I didn't really clock onto it, because I was just having fun. Like, we were doing these exercises, and I've loved physical theatre. Like, I've always been a very physical actor. So I was involved. Like, I was flinging myself around that room. Anyway, a couple of weeks passed, and I was on holiday. I was in Amsterdam, and I get this call. And it was, to be honest, I thought it was like a scam, because I think my friend had just got one. So I answered like probably really rudely. I'm like, hello. And she was like, hi, this is Maya from Frantic Assembly. I'm like, oh, hi. And then she was like, you've like got a place on Ignition. And I was like, what's that? And she was like,
that's just something I would do.
The thing you came to audition for. And I was like, did you?
No, I don't think that was
I was like, oh. Anyway, I then turned it down, because I was like, I'm actually busy that weekend. It wasn't anything exciting. I was like, I'm just busy, like, I actually can't do those dates. So stupid. And I went about my day. Oh no, I'm not in 2 minutes. Went about my day anyway, ended up Googling Frantic Ignition, and saw there was this whole alumni of people. They'd never done it with women before. This was the first women one. It was always with men. And there was this whole alumni of amazing actors who I actually genuinely respect. And they studied there, and I was like, I've messed up. So I called, and I was like, hi Maya, I'm really sorry, I really actually would love to do it. Anyway, she was like, we've asked someone else now, and I was like, no. Spent, I think, 2 days, they got back to me and they said, I think that girl must have pulled out as well. It was just so lucky, like it all aligned, and I did it. And it was the best thing. It was a week that we started with, and then year after we did a show at the National.
lit.
With them, and then now in a couple of weeks I'm doing some filming for something with them. So yeah, it's all just like things just are meant to be, and then they come together. That was a race.
It was a race, but you were successful, and I am really upset because that's literally taken us only until like
2 years, but part 2.
No, literally part 2 will happen. Do you know what I find that I'm really finding it hard to find just female creatives in my circle. So it's like I want at least one woman every seat. You're coming back because like we haven't spoken about your drama classes, which I know people would love to find out about, and I know we haven't spoken about your film.
Yes, I have got a film.
She's got a film. So in this,
we'll do a duff.
Yeah, we have a duff moment, so she will come back, and just plug everything. Plug yourself. Because I don't know if you're open for young actors coming up. Like, oh my goodness,
oh my goodness, please do, yeah.
So plug yourself.
My Instagram is Gracie Harris. It's weird. My name is Grace Coulson Harris. If you type that in, that will be on there. But Instagram, it was long, so I've changed it to Gracie Harris because most people call me Gracie. But oh my goodness, please, if you have questions, then DM me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of
film.
Social media that I use. And then my film is coming out September the 24th. I don't know when this is going to be out.
Neither do we.
But it's coming out on Amazon, Apple TV, Sky, Curzon Cinemas. Yeah, it's exciting.
And it's lit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this was so fun and I'm happy. So thank you for watching. So listen to what she said. If you have any questions for me or any of the guests that I've had this season or last season, shout us. We're really nice and we won't air. I promise. Right, bye guys.
Bye.